Hi, this is Christian Michelson, the #1 best-selling author of Get Clients Today. Why don't you come inside and I'll tell you one of the most powerful tools I've ever created for getting coaching clients. Come on in. So I wanted to show you my new house because I just moved in a couple months ago. And this is really my dream house. It's been a dream come true to have this house. We just had it built. It's in San Diego. And I grew up actually in the suburbs of Chicago. And my parents got divorced when I was really young. And I remember I was wearing all these hand-me-down clothes. I was in 5th grade, and I went into this store to buy some gum or something like that, and this really cute girl was walking out, and for some reason she started talking to me, and I thought, oh, wow, she's talking to me. And then she started tearing me apart. She started making fun of everything I was wearing, making fun of my glasses, which had tape on it, making fun of my bell-bottom jeans that I was wearing, which was the 80s, so, you know, not the coolest clothes to wear, and my bike, that was some old bike that I could barely even fit on. Because, you know, when we grew up, we didn't grow up with a lot of money, and after my parents got divorced, my mom was raising us, and she was just a waitress. So raising 4 kids, I was wearing hand-me-downs that were 10, you know, my older brothers were 8, 9 years older than me. I was wearing clothes almost a decade out of style. So back then I felt really ashamed of not having a lot of money. And truthfully, it wasn't until I got over that shame that all of a sudden I started getting massive amounts of abundance. So come on and check this out. This is not the biggest, most expensive house you could ever buy, but it is a $1 million home in San Diego. Living room, and I've got some awesome photographs from artist Peter Lick, one of my favorite. We've got a bunch of those in the house, and just got our pool just a couple of days ago. One of the things that I learned about success and money from that experience is that, #1, there's nothing to be ashamed of because of how rich you are or not. You know, for so many years, that insecurity actually drove me to want to be successful. It drove me to want to have my own business. It drove me to want to make more money. The same thing that was driving me was also holding me back. That neediness to have more money so that people would think I was good enough, you know, actually kept money and clients away from me. In fact, when I first started helping coaches grow their businesses, and I was able to help 4 out of 5 of the coaches who hired me to help them get their business to 6 figures within 18 months. One of them did it in 72 days. One of my dark secrets is that I was not a 6-figure coach back then. I wasn't making over $100,000 back then. I was only making around $40,000 or $50,000 a year back then. But I was able to help them get even better results than I was getting using the same techniques that I learned and discovered. And one of the reasons why is because of my, you know, my fears and my insecurities and my inner game stuff. So eventually I learned some extremely powerful tools and developed some really powerful tools for working through all this stuff. And the more I did, the more clients I got. The more people wanted to pay me to coach them. The more money I made overall. In fact, because of breaking through a lot of this stuff, you know, after making $1.5 million last year, I've already made over $1.5 million in the first 6 months of this year. You know, I'm going to share with you some of the best how-tos and strategies, but I also want to encourage you to study all the inner game stuff, the things that are going to help you release all your fears, doubts, and insecurities. And I've got some powerful tools that I've developed, the peace process and the instant miracle technique. And I've got an event where I actually take people through and do all the healing for the whole room to let go of a lot of this stuff so that you can attract more clients and make more money. But right now I want to just give you some of the highlights from this book, and I want to give you one of the best tools from this book, which is called Red Hot Free Session Offers. The 3-step process for getting coaching clients is that people somehow hear about you. The second step is that people have an introductory conversation with you. And step 3 is that they hire you. So what we need to do is we need to transition people faster from hearing about us to having a free session with us, and from having a free session to actually hiring us. So today I want to focus on that first transition. How do you get people in droves lining up around the block to work with you? How do you get people to go bananas and want to have an introductory coaching session with you? Well, one of the secrets to doing that is to not do what most coaches do. Most coaches, consultants, or healers, they might say, hey, I offer a complimentary and no obligation coaching session. Well, as soon as you say no obligation, people can't help but feel obligated. It's like saying, don't think of a dancing monkey. You can't help but think of a dancing monkey because we just talked about it. So instead of offering a no obligation coaching session, what you ought to do is you should name your session something, create a bulleted list of benefits of what they're going to get from having the session with you, and make it rare and valuable that they are lucky to get it. Let me give you an example. If you're a dating coach for women, then you could offer a Find Your Soulmate Now coaching session, where we'll work together to create a crystal clear vision for the kind of man you'd like to attract and the kind of relationship you'd like to have together. We'll uncover hidden challenges that may be sabotaging your success with men in dating, and you'll leave the session renewed, re-energized, and inspired to finally find the man of your dreams once and for all. If you were to offer that session to somebody, and if it was a single woman that heard it, then there's a good likelihood that that person's going to want to have a session with you. Or if you're a business coach and you offered a business explosion coaching session, or if you are a weight loss coach and you offer a finally thin forever coaching session, those kinds of things are going to grab people. They're going to pull people in. And by making an offer, instead of just kind of having it on your website, no obligation coaching session, call this number to request it, if instead you actually push this free session offer out into the world, you could send it out. If you have an email list, you could send it to your email subscribers. If you have friends on Facebook, you could share it on Facebook. If you go to networking events, you could actually give a 30-second commercial and you could just say, hi, my name is Christian Michelson. I'm a dating coach for women, and I help women find the man of their dreams. Right now I'm offering a special Find Your Soulmate Now coaching session where we'll do XYZ, the things that I shared earlier. If you'd like to have one of those sessions with me, just make sure I get your card when everybody's finished introducing themselves. It's great to meet all of you. Bam. So when you make this red hot offer, people want it, and there's lots of ways to do it. So there's networking, there's to your email list, there's your Facebook. You can post it on Facebook or LinkedIn. One of my clients went from $0 to $15,000 a month in his coaching business within 60 days by getting clients through LinkedIn, by doing something very similar to what we're talking about here. You can also create your own speaking events or be a guest speaker somewhere and offer a free session to your audience. And you're going to get, between 80 to 100% of the people in your audience are going to want to have a free session with you when you make a really compelling, a red hot free session offer. And then from there, all you need to do is take them through an introductory coaching session. Remember, people need our help. Let's get people coached.